When Thomas, a rich restaurant owner, notices a young dishwasher frequenting the locker room, he suspects her of theft. He shames her in front of everyone and grabs her bag to check, only to regret it after seeing what's inside. Thomas was a wealthy widower in his early 50s who considered himself smart and charming. He despised those who called him bald and pot-belly man behind his back. Thomas thought he could easily hit on any young and beautiful woman. He never grew tired of flirting, not that he was a full-time flirt, but he never missed a chance whenever he saw gorgeous young ladies. For Thomas, age was just a number, and it wouldn't stop him from unleashing his pickup lines and directing his steamy stares toward women, including waitresses and dishwashers who worked in his restaurant. Among them was 20-year-old Giselle. Giselle was pretty new at the restaurant. She'd been working as a dishwasher for a month. She was a poor widow who had recently lost her husband, the love of her life, Mason. She struggled to make ends meet after the tragedy and came across a "We are hiring" signboard outside Thomas's eatery. She applied as a dishwasher and immediately started working with all her diligence and dedication. Her coworkers warned her about their boss's attitude towards the female staff. "That man likes to flirt and has even invited some on dates. He thinks money can buy anything," one of them said. Giselle shrugged it off. She was focused on keeping her job at any cost. "I know my boundaries," she said confidently. But one day she witnessed the ugly side of her boss. "Do you have any idea why I hired you, Miss Giselle?" Thomas had blocked her way as she was leaving at the end of her shift. He grabbed a red rose from a table nearby. "No, sir. Please excuse me. I have to get home soon." "Don't call me sir, Miss Giselle. Call me Tom." Giselle felt helpless and trapped because she was the last to leave the eatery. She had a lot of dishes to do that day. "It's getting late. I have to go. Good day, sir." But Thomas wouldn't budge. "I was blinded by your beauty the first day I saw you," he said cheesily. "I can sing praises of your beautiful smile all day. What do you think? We can go to a resort, have plenty of drinks, and shop for everything you want, Annoyed, Giselle gently pushed Thomas out of her way and stormed out, saying, "I'm here to work, sir. I'm not here for any other than my job, and I respect my workplace, thank you, but I'm not the type you're looking for. Good day, sir." Thomas was furious, his ego hurt. She is, after all, an ordinary dishwasher. How dare she turn down my offer? Wait till I show you what I'm capable of. Days passed, but Thomas hadn't gotten over what had happened. He was not ready to accept defeat or rejection, and he kept looking for a way to humiliate Giselle. One day, he saw her arrive at work with a big bag and walk into the staff room. An evil plan flashed into Thomas's mind, and he waited for the next few days to make sure Giselle carried this bag every day to work. He often checked on Giselle and saw her frequenting the locker room during her shift. His suspicions brewed, and he waited until the afternoon when the eatery was busy to pounce on her. "Have a nice day. I have to go to the market. I took half a day off," Giselle said to her friends. Just as she was about to exit the door, Thomas called out loud, "Wait right there, Miss Giselle. What have you got in your bag today? Have you been stealing leftovers and dishwashing liquid? You're fired." Giselle was startled. She turned around and started to sweat in fear. The guests stared back at her and began whispering things. Her coworkers assembled behind Thomas and were equally shocked. "I know you've been stealing from me. I saw you frequent the locker room at least thrice during your shift. Come here, give me your bag, let me see what's inside." Giselle was frightened. She wanted to step back and run. "It's nothing, sir. I just have my lunchbox and a set of spare clothes in it." But Thomas hurried to her and snatched the bag from her hand. It was heavier than he thought. Some curious guests and staff flocked around Giselle and Thomas as he put the bag on a table and took out a little blanket from it. "Oh my God, what is this?" he exclaimed as the rest gaped in shock. A newborn baby girl wriggled inside the bag, staring back at Thomas with big brown eyes. He was stunned. "Sir, I can explain," began Giselle. "My husband died a few months ago when I was pregnant. After my baby came, I couldn't find work and I had nobody to look after her when I joined here. I couldn't leave her alone at home, so I hid her in the bag and carried her to work. I frequented the staff to feed her and make sure she never made any noise. I was just protecting my baby. I'm not a thief. I didn't take a crumb." Thomas was moved to tears as the baby reminded him of the child he'd lost way back. That day, he cried like a kid in front of everyone, exposing a side of him that nobody really knew. Thomas folded his palms and immediately apologized to Giselle. "I'm sorry, Miss Giselle. I lost my wife and child in an accident many years ago. I remained single after that because I feared losing my loved ones again. I never found true love after that. My loneliness turned me into a monster. I'm not bad at heart, but it's just that I lived with the assumption that money could buy anything, even love. I was wrong." Giselle was teary-eyed after hearing Thomas's story. "Sir, I'm sorry for what you went through after losing your family. I'm glad you realized your mistake, at least now. Thomas returned the bag with a baby to Giselle. You may return to work after a month. I'm giving you paid leave so you can spend time with your child. Giselle smiled and she left the eatery with her baby. Thomas had decided to double Giselle's salary once she returned to work so that it would help her hire a nanny to babysit her child while she was at work. But did he stop flirting after that? Unsurprisingly, some old habits die hard, which was true in Thomas's case. Although he stopped flirting with his female staff, he didn't completely stop hitting on other random women. Only time will tell if Thomas will succeed in finding true love again, but everyone, including Giselle, is glad he realized money isn't everything. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.